Hey, before I do the preserving of the mealworms out of the freezer, catching up from the last video, I just want to do a catch up on what's happened here. Well, you've seen this bit. I told you the first harvest was on the 30th of May, and today we have the 5th of June. Let's have a look. What I found was this. I have still got so many babies that are growing. They were all different ages. And you see, oh look, we've got some more. We've got some more little pooper here. Aliens. I call them aliens. So we'll just collect them up. Like that. Here's another one. I'm doing it with my fingers now because that's a lot gentler than with tweezers. Sometimes they wriggle a bit because I don't understand that they're not a worm anymore. There we go. I'll just collect the surface ones, but I'll have to go through this again. Look, this was not expected. So there we go. They're still looking very happy. I think I'll have to change their carrot today. They've had a good dusting of oats in that. They've been dragging them down. So I had to make a few changes here. There you see I had my first beetle on the 31st. I've had quite a few, but about 10 I've thrown into the garden. They were deformed. Oh, now hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I just have to set you down for a second. And I wasn't expecting. Oh, but sorry for the wriggling, because I'm holding these now. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm still holding these. So let me just, because this clips down, I made a change. Let me just put those in. The green tray is gone. There we go. Have a look. The green tray is gone. What I found, the beetles were falling through. So let me just take the lid off completely. They don't like it. It's too bright for them. So there might be the odd wriggle in here. And also the aluminium foil tray wasn't working well. So I took a lid from something else. See, they're wriggling. They don't like the light. They are darkling beetles after all, going to be darkling beetles. So underneath there I have my egg cup, my egg carton. Let me just put these very carefully. Let me put them down. They won't go anywhere. And I've put a toilet roll, and there you can see a few here as well. There's not many. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. So I had to take that away and put them in here. I'm just going to have to take the risk and hope they won't eat all the baby worm eggs when they're down in there. I'm going to have to deal with that. So let's put those back. So that's the changes. And oh, here we have a new beetle. I've just spotted one here. Yep, there he is. Move those aside. There we go. Plop. In he goes. There we go. So there's bits and bits coming in. That one's perfectly formed. Why did I take the green thing out? Well, the beetles fell through the holes basically. So there was no point in that. So that's a quick catch up, and I'll see you next when I'm going to be doing the harvested mealworms. Hey, so let's get the mealworms going. First of all, you'll need a baking tray, and I'm reusing this because it didn't work out. That's where they were in, remember? The first place, all I did was I flattened this out. But otherwise, just use any kind of baking tray, and best if you line it. This is a super old one, and it's only going to be used for this purpose. So, baking tray, and you'll need something to put them in, and don't forget to label them. I'm using this old Nido tin, and I'll be filling them up. As long as it's airtight, then it will be fine. So let's get them out the freezer. Sorry. One other thing I have to tell you is you have to preheat the oven, and I'm using degrees centigrade. So I have a fan assisted oven, so I'll be using 180 degrees centigrade. If you have not got a fan assisted oven, then it's 200 degrees. So let's get the mealworms out the freezer. Here they are. Here they are. Let me just pan the camera down. Oops, don't let it drop into the sink. Right, and so what we're going to do now is basically distribute them onto the baking sheet, and try not to get too many on top of each other. Because you don't want them to be cooking, you want them to roast basically. I've got still some oats here, doesn't matter, they'll just go along, and afterwards this will be chucked out. But I do warn you, you have to line it, because if these little buggers stick, then they stick good and you won't get them off. So and they'll go into the oven now for exactly 1 hour. So I'll just pan you across to my oven. There we go. There we go. And I'm putting them into the middle. There we go, in they go for 1 hour. I've got my timer, and then they'll be done, all crispy. And I'll see you then. Hey, it's been 25 minutes and I can smell they're ready, so I'm going to get them out now. There we go. Here they come. So straight out the oven. Can you see that? They're all brown. They're all crispy and very hot. Let's just check just to make sure. Yep, they're crispy. They're done. They are done. So it didn't take that long. There you go. Oops, one's fallen to the ground. Doesn't matter. Chuck them back in here. So I'll let them cool down, and then they're going to go into my tub. So that's what they're supposed to look like. And here we go. And they smell sort of nutty. Some of them are darker brown, others are lighter brown. They're all the same. So I know these were ones that were the bought ones, and I normally wouldn't eat these in big quantities because I don't know what they've been fed on. But anyway, let's have a go. Yeah, they're exactly as I expected. Sort of between roasted peanut and I don't know, some other kind of nut. Yeah, fine. And for human consumption, what I'd do is I'd make a Bombay mix out of those and just use them as treats, or put them into sauces, or into curries and things like that. You can grind them up and use them also as a flour. For the dogs, I wouldn't leave them like this either. I would grind them up and put them within the food. So these will go into the bird fat balls in the winter. So that's the first lot. That's it. Nothing much to it. See you soon. Bye.